Good evening and welcome to Pennsylvania ACAC's Virtual College Fair. I'll be your facilitator for the evening for this time that we have together. Remember that during this session, your camera and microphone will be off. So the best way to communicate with us is going to be with the Q&A button that's on your screen. Put any question that you want to have answered by the colleges in that area, and we'll be happy to have those things answered as the session goes on as well. Also, don't forget there will be other sessions that you're able to attend during this week. And more importantly, there will be one available of this session, and that's recording once we finish up in about a couple of weeks as well. Other than that, have a good time and enjoy the wonderful information that you'll learn this evening from the different institutions. For us, we'll start off with York College of Pennsylvania.
Okay. Hi, John. Thank you. All right. Let me get my screen set up and here we go. All right, good evening, everybody. Thanks for spending your evening with me. My name's Andrea Lazarus. I'm an Associate Director of Admissions at York College, and I'm also a York College alum, so I'm really excited to have the opportunity to speak to you today about York. So first things first, where is York? We are located in South Central Pennsylvania. We are, I would say, about 45 minutes south of Harrisburg and in less than an hour north of Baltimore. So along the mid-Atlantic, this is a really jobs-rich area. Why that matters for our students is because we have so many opportunities in the local area for them to look for jobs, internships, explore cultural opportunities in the area. We have a 190-acre suburban campus. So at York, you really do get the best of both worlds with where we are located. So our campus is 1 mile from downtown York, where there's shops, restaurants, theaters, even a minor league baseball stadium. But we're also close to the County of York with different parks and locations in the area for students to go and relax. A key part of a York education is the emphasis we have on firsthand learning experiences. So all of our students, 100% of them keep some sort of hands-on learning experience prior to graduating. So that can be an internship. Our engineering students complete a series of co-ops. Our nursing students are taking clinical classes. Project-based learning is very important. So that matters for our students because when they graduate, they don't just have a fabulous degree from York College. They actually have a portfolio and a resume of projects and experiences that they've been able to complete in their field. All of our classes are taught by faculty, so that helps to make that possible. We're able to keep small class sizes. Our average class size is about 19 students. So you get a lot of mentorship from your instructors as well as they guide you through these different learning experiences. At York, we have more than 70 different programs of study. So here I have kind of a complete list of majors and minors within our different schools. So we are a private liberal arts college. So we have excellent programs in several different areas, and you can see some of them are listed here. Something that I like to mention about our programs is our students can complete a major as well as a minor, but we also offer something called constellations for our students. So that's just a few classes that a student might take around a certain theme. So some of those themes in our constellation can be anything from sustainability to diversity to leadership skills. So within that, you're really getting a strong education foundation as well as a lot of different opportunities for your program of choice. So when you put some of these things together, our great location, we're a hotspot for jobs, industries, businesses, a commitment to hands-on learning experiences, our students really stand out. So they do get an excellent education, and 91% of our recent graduates are employed or in graduate school. So here we have a couple of short lists of some notable employers in graduate schools, and you'll notice that York College is also included on graduate schools. We do offer several graduate degree programs, all the way up to a doctorate in nursing, as well as an MBA and several others. Some of those are 4+1 programs for students who might be interested in pursuing a graduate degree after their bachelor's. Okay, this is one of my favorite slides to talk about is our clubs and athletics. Speaking from an alumni perspective, I can tell you that it is very easy to get involved at York. If we don't have a club that you want, York College is definitely the kind of place where you can start your own. So for clubs and athletics, we have several different varsity sports. We are a D3 school, so we do have competitive varsity sports, but we do not have athletic scholarships. For students who are interested in maybe participating in a sport, but they don't want the commitment or pressure of a varsity sports, intramurals are very popular. So we have everything from intramural soccer, softball, dance, tennis, dodgeball, esports. So a lot of different ways students can get involved. If sports and recreation aren't your thing, no problem. We have more than 100 different student clubs based on interests and hobbies. About half of those relate to issues of diversity, religion, student experiences. So there's definitely something for everybody at York. One thing we are known for is for being a leading value in education, as we're proud to maintain affordable tuition as a private college. Also, every student who is accepted at York is automatically offered a merit scholarship with their offer of admission. So those merit scholarship offers can range anywhere from $2,500 up to $11,000. And they are good for all 4 years of a student's enrollment. And they're offered automatically. You don't have to complete a separate application. We do offer additional competitive scholarships that students can apply for, but with our value and the merit scholarship offer that we offer for everybody, we are able to be a best value in education. So applying is easy. We do not have an application fee. We are on the Common app, or you could apply directly through our website. We're currently test optional, so if you're applying with without SAT scores, no problem. You can just submit 2 letters of recommendation as part of the application process. All right, and the best way to get to know more about us is to come visit us. We love visitors. We have weekly in-person visits. So, that's definitely a great way to get a feel for our campus. So please come check us out. Also, there's my contact information and a QR code on the screen, so feel free to scan that to connect with us further. All right, thank you for your time, everybody.
Thank you so much, York College. Next, we're going to have Montclair State University.
All right, hello everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is Vanessa Devricks. I'm the lead admissions counselor for Montclair State University. And I'm going to get started to tell you a little bit more. Montclair State University is a large school in New Jersey. We are located 12 miles away from New York City. With Montclair State University, we're actually considered second largest within New Jersey. And our average students on campus will be around 21,000 students, 17,000 undergraduate, and each incoming freshman class is going to have around 3,300 to 3,400 students. Even though this does sound like a large number, we do keep class sizes around 25 students. So you're not going to really experience those big lecture halls at Montclair, but more of that classroom environment. What's really nice about Montclair State University is that we do have 300 different academic programs, which we'll go into, including combined degrees. And for students that are applying to Montclair State, we have an average around 3.2 GPA or B+ average. For students that are thinking about living on campus, especially for those from Pennsylvania, we do see around 5,300 students live in one of our 10 different residence halls. And Montclair State University is a very beautiful suburban campus overlooking the New York City skyline. Again, a very big benefit for being 12 miles away from New York City. We do see a lot of jobs and internships in the city, as well as it's highly accessible. We do have 2 train stations on our campus, as well as the public bus station, which is the NJ Transit. So we do have lines that go from our campus directly into the city. Montclair State University is also a very diverse institution. We have students from every single state within the United States, as well as 38 different international countries. We are known as a Hispanic serving institution, which means that we are a top 100 college for Hispanics, and not in terms of students that come to Montclair State and identify as Hispanic, but also the student services that we offer. In addition to this, we're also considered one of the top 25 LGBTQ+ schools, and we're a very friendly campus. Again, not only just the students that feel welcome on campus, but the student services that we provide. In addition to this, some of our accolades for our academics, we're very well known within our College of the Arts programs, as well as our teacher education. For Montclair State University, again, as I mentioned, we have 300 different academic programs, 70 different combined degree programs, which means you could receive both your bachelor's and your master's degree in 5 years. We also offer, with over 15 different programs, a 4+1 option for an MBA and your master's in business administration. So this is a very popular option for our students. And the benefit of receiving a combined degree is that you could receive some tuition off from the graduate side, as well as completing earlier for the graduate studies. Again, this is very popular for some of our programs, especially for those that are interested more into business, accounting, and or general humanities. But Montclair State University has some very popular majors when students apply. Our top 5 majors at Montclair are biology, business, justice studies, psychology, and computer science. But if students are not sure what they'd like to do, we actually have a pre-major program just for you. It's called the Discovery Program Track. And basically students are going to be put into what they're interested most in on the bottom here on the right. And if you're interested in these programs, you're going to be placed with your own advisor. You're going to understand a little bit more about what kind of majors align with your interest and what kind of careers come from those majors. So about 1/3 of our class does enter a pre-major discovery program track. And the goal of it is to have confidence in what you'd like to declare a major in. And for Montclair State University, students don't have to declare a major until their junior year. So this is very popular for both our in-state and out-of-state students. Okay. So Montclair State University, again, being a larger school, we do have a large amount of different offerings for our clubs and organizations, over 120 different clubs and organizations, ranging from academic to cultural to religious experiences, as well as special interest. So some of our students, our most popular programs are Latin American Student Organization, Players, which is more of musical theater and theater acting, as well as for those who are interested in gaming. We also are 18 Division III athletic teams if you would like to be competitive on campus, and we do offer study abroad in 60 different countries. So students can take their experience internationally, not only for a cultural experience to study abroad, but also faculty-led programs. Some of these programs are actually built into your experience at Montclair State University, where you're going to have different research projects built into your curriculum. As I mentioned before, we do have 10 different residence halls for students that are looking to live on campus, and each one has its own experience. And as you get to be an older student, those experiences change to more apartment styled. We also guarantee freshman housing. So if you are committed by the National College Deadline, May 1st, we guarantee that you will have housing on our campus. Okay. For Montclair State University, we're considered holistic reviewers. So when you apply to Montclair State, you're going to have your application submitted either through Common App or online application, and you're going to submit your letter of recommendation as well as your transcript. What we mean by holistic reviewers is that after you submit your information, we're going to look to see how well you're doing from year to year, as well as your cumulative GPA. While we don't have a minimum GPA, again, our average GPA is around a B+ average or a 3.2. We are a test optional school, so this means you do not need to submit your test scores in order to be admitted to university, but you can submit them and help for merit-based consideration for scholarships. For students that are looking for Montclair State University, we also pair up students that are admitted with a peer mentor or current student at Montclair State to help them develop a relationship with Montclair State and ask any questions that you might like. And for Montclair State University, we are a very affordable institution. So if you're an out-of-state student, you could expect around $37,000 for both your tuition fees as well as room and board. And this is before anything you might receive in scholarships or financial aid. We do see around 71% of our students receive financial aid from Montclair State University, and students are always automatically considered for merit-based scholarships as they apply to Montclair State University. There is no separate application required. Mainly, we're going to focus on your GPA. The higher the academics, the higher the scholarship offer. And this is for all students. Again, there is no separate application to be reviewed for merit-based scholarships. You'll get notified with your admissions decision. And for Montclair State University, if you cannot attend an in-campus event, we do have open houses that'll be coming up this October and November, as well as virtual campus experiences right on our website. So I want to thank you so much again, and I'm going to give you my email, and this is our general email from Montclair State University. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Montclair. Now we're going to have Glion Institute of Higher Education.
Welcome, everybody. So nice to meet you all. Let me pull up my screen, make sure, hang on there. There we go. Hopefully, can everyone see my screen? All right.
We can see your screen.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. So I represent Glion. I'm Patricia Corcoran. I'm the Regional Admissions Director based here in the US. My school is a unique option for you to consider perhaps going to school in Europe. Our school is located in London, and we have 2 campuses in Switzerland. So the photo that you see on the front is one of our campuses, and I'll show you a few others of our other campuses as well. So we're a small private school, US accredited, it's business focused. We also have masters, we have summer programs and study abroad options for you. So if you're not thinking about coming full-time, you maybe want to consider study abroad. So we're really well known, we're world ranked. We have a 90% diversity with regard to nationalities on campus. We have a very strong student life. We have an acceptance rate of about 65%, and we also offer merit and financial aid scholarships for you. So a couple of areas to consider when you're thinking about Glion is we're US accredited, so we're like a US school that happens to be in Switzerland and London. Our campuses, as I shared in the beginning, we have 2 in Switzerland. These are views. We're a campus that is has a very practical nature with regard to some of the courses that you take, and then also theory-based. So we really want students who have a strong interest in exploring Europe while you're going to school. This is our other campus in the main Switzerland, and you can see this is our village, and this is part of our campus setting here. So it's very typical of what you might see at a small school in the US. We have also a campus in London, which is about 40 minutes from the city center. Gorgeous. We partner with a Roehampton University, which has about 10,000 students. So you have that opportunity to be part of a small school, but have access to a large university like you might here in the US. So that's something to consider. So our program, as I shared, is very strong on just business focused. We do have a big emphasis of doing study abroad. So your options are to do a semester or 2 in London. If you're on our main campus in Switzerland, we partner with the school in Spain, and we also partner with the school in China. We also offer 2 internships in our programs, and it's a 3.5-year program. So again, as I shared, it's very practical in nature, but quite a bit with regard to all of your core business classes that you're going to take. What happens is you'll end up specializing, which is really like a minor in the US, and you will have a choice of going into luxury brand marketing, development and finance, or big events and event management. One of our alumni is the logistics director for the Olympics, just to give you an idea of what we mean by events. So again, shared with you, we are Glion with a campus in London and Switzerland, and then sister options in Spain and China. So we're really looking for students that want to have a very a global profile by the time they graduate. So like many of the other schools that you've heard today, we also offer masters. And so we have many students that come do our 3.5-year program, stay for 1.5 years and get their bachelor's and their master's in 5 years. And that allows you to have 3 internships. So that really does make you very qualified to work when you graduate. We have a waiting list on our career fairs for employers that come to campus. We have a 94% placement rate. So we have employers from hospitality to finance to luxury marketing, luxury management. So there's a lot of options for you when you come to a school like Glion. So Glion, the big advantage obviously is going to school in Europe, and you have access to spending time in many of the European cities, but you'll notice your main campus would be right here, very close to Geneva, on Lake Geneva. We have a campus in the center of Switzerland, about 40 minutes inland. That was the original picture I shared with you. They're gorgeous campuses. And then housing in London, as I shared, is about 40 minutes away, and you're guaranteed single room. And that just gives you some nice options to consider. We have a very, very robust student life. We really encourage our students to get involved in leadership and in committees, put on events, and really develop those soft skills that employers look for. So we do a lot with rugby and soccer and skiing. There are a lot of different options. And we do recreational competitions with other schools that are in Europe. You'll see that one of the advantages of going to a school in Europe again is being able to go to like Milan. We're about 3 hours away. You can get on a plane and go to Paris. You can be in London for the weekend. It is incredible what that kind of rich experience can do for you. If you're a sophomore or a junior, you might want to consider coming to us for a pre-college program. We offer them in Switzerland and in London over the summer. Highly encourage. And then again, with regard to application, we're very comprehensive. So we have our own application form. We are also test optional. We do look for about a 3.3 GPA or above. You will do an essay, and we do recommend 2 or 3 recommendation letters if you've worked, and then your high school counselor. And then every student requires an interview with admissions. So there's a lot of detail here we shared, but here is some of my information. We do a lot of virtual tours. Highly recommend that go ahead and take my information, and happy to meet with you one-on-one if you have a little bit more interest. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Glion. Next, we're going to have Newman University.
Hi, everybody. There we go. My name is Georgia Drews. I am the Associate Director of Admissions at Newman University in Wichita, Kansas. And if you're not entirely sure where that is, I don't blame you. We're a little ways away. We often get confused with Newman University that's in Aston Township, Pennsylvania, spelled a little differently, completely different university. I always get applicants from Pennsylvania and Delaware and New Jersey, and I kind of have to question them. We also get visitors that schedule from there and then never show up. So if you are truly looking for Newman University, Newman, we're in Wichita, Kansas, right smack dab in the middle of the United States. And we're a great place to live. I've lived here my entire life. It's a bigger city feel. We are the largest city in Kansas without it feeling super, super urban. You can get across town in maybe 20 to 30 minutes. The traffic isn't terrible. And we're a pretty small school, but we are an NCAA Division II school, and we're the only private D2 school in the state of Kansas. This is my favorite picture of campus. One, because you can see our little 61-acre park-like campus here, but also how close we are to downtown Wichita at the top of the screen. We're maybe a 5-minute drive away from downtown Wichita and all that it has to offer. But another reason I like this picture is because it shows you the quintessential Kansas storm rolling in from the west, which is quite frequent. We had one here today. And I always tell students, if you like experiencing all 4 seasons in the course of a few days, Kansas is where you need to be, because that happens pretty frequently. Another thing I like to tell students is that we're the air capital of the world. We have a ton of aircraft companies in and around the city of Wichita, as well as a lot of companies that support the aircraft companies. This is a better shot of downtown Wichita, Kansas. And I always tell people a fun fact about Wichita is that if you like Star Wars, if you're a big Harrison Ford fan, you should definitely come to school here, because Harrison Ford loves aircrafts. He's a pilot, he has helicopters, planes, and he constantly is coming to Wichita to get them serviced at one of our local companies. And I say that, but he's actually here right now. And I know because there's all these news sources and social media things that start popping up. So Harrison Ford is currently in town. He stays at our hotels, he rents cars, he goes to all of his favorite restaurants, and all of his favorite restaurants have been posting pictures and selfies with him on Facebook. So he's here now enjoying Wichita. Newman University is a Catholic college. We were founded in 1933 by a group of Catholic sisters called the Adorers of the Blood of Christ. And we're named after this little dude right here, St. John Henry Newman. He was alive in England in the 1800s. He was a convert to the Catholic faith, really big on education. He taught at Oxford University, and he had some cool ideas about what it meant to get a Catholic liberal arts education. So we follow his lead, and we turned him into a Funko Pop. We've been having a lot of fun with his likeness since he just got canonized as saint in the Catholic Church by Pope Francis back in October of 2019. I get a lot of questions about the fact that we're a Catholic college. You don't have to be Catholic to attend here. Only about 40% of our students self-identify as Catholic. We do require that you take a philosophy and a theology class, so one of each in your entire 4-year degree. And you're not required to do chapel hours or go to mass. However, we have a fantastic chapel and campus ministry team that welcomes you with open arms wherever you may be in your faith. This is our mission statement, and besides some of the things I already told you, it tells you our main purpose. Our purpose is to empower you as a graduate to go out and transform society in big or small ways. We're a pretty small school on a range of small to large. We're like extra small. We only have about 1,200 undergraduate students, which means a pretty good student to faculty ratio in smaller classes. This you see in the background here is our Spanish class, less than 15 people, but on average 15. The largest classroom that we have on campus seats about 90, so we really can't have anything larger than that. And if you're looking for a school where you can walk into the back of a stadium style seating classroom 10 minutes late and no one will notice, this is not that school. We notice people know your name. They know what you're good at, what you're not good at. They're going to hold you accountable. And a professor might even text you if they notice that you didn't show up or you're running late. They expect your contribution to the discussion within the class. So for better or for worse, that's what we do here. These are all the things that we offer and that you can study here. We have 40+ different areas of study. We've got a lot of different concentrations within the business program, chemistry. I'm going to show you our pre-professional programs for the sciences here in a minute. We're probably most well known for the sciences, sending students to professional schools like medical school, but we also have nursing, occupational therapy, respiratory care, rad tech, and sonography. I came in completely undeclared, and after 2 years chose theology and really liked it. Now I have a master's in theology. If you're going into the sciences, whether it's biology, biochem, or chemistry, we do have some pre-professional programs that are pretty popular with our students. And if you choose one of these, you get to use one of our state-of-the-art science facilities, the Bishop River Science Center, which was opened back in 2017. I'm not a science major, but this building has a lot of really cool study spaces, and it's energy efficient, which I can really appreciate. If you're highly motivated by athletics, we are NCAA Division II. We compete in the MIAA conference against a lot of larger schools in Kansas. Anything on this men's or women's list of athletic programs, you can get scholarships for. I personally came here for the bowling team. Bowling, triathlon, and cheer and dance are considered club sports, but you can still get substantial scholarships for being involved. And this is how we award scholarships. So Newman is a test optional university. We require that you have at least a 2.25 GPA or a 21 on the ACT, and we do super score. If you have one of those, one or the other, you're admitted automatically, and we consider you for an academic scholarship between $10,000 to $16,000 per year for 4 years. So it is renewable. Our application is free. It doesn't require any essays, recommendations, or personal statements, so it's pretty quick and easy. So this scale is $10,000 to $16,000 a year. If you're coming from a Catholic high school or you're Catholic and you're nominated by your parish priest, you're getting at least $14,000 on this scale if you fall in the bottom 2 rungs. We also have scholarships for things like honors program, community service, athletics, music, and a bunch of other things. So lots of options. Scan this if you'd like to make your own digital custom view book, and I'm in the chat, I'm in the Q&A, so ask some Q&A questions and I'd be happy to answer them for you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much, Newman University. And do remember, if you do have any questions, please put those questions in the Q&A area. We would love to have a representative spend time talking with you about their institutions as well. So next up, we're going to have University of Maryland, Baltimore County.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, let me get this pulled up. All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me today. My name is Hannah Albrecht. I am the one of the admissions counselors here at UMBC, University of Maryland, Baltimore County. So if you have questions going forward after today, this is my direct phone number as well as my email address. So you can always reach out at any point in time. So with that being said, here is UMBC at a glance. So just a few fast facts about us. Our school colors are black and gold. Our mascot is the Chesapeake Bay Retriever. His name is True Grit. You'll see him at a lot of our different sporting events and events throughout the year. Our undergraduate size is just shy of 11,000. We do also have a graduate school with an additional 3,000. So, you know, as you're looking at schools, we fall in that medium-sized category. So we're not too big, we're not too small, we're just right. Our average class size is 24. Student to faculty ratio is 17:1. US News and World Report actually ranked us number 9 for most innovative and number 6 for undergraduate teaching. So we were actually the only public university to make it in that top 10 list. And it really does speak to just the student-driven faculty and all the wonderful things that you can do here. So our number of majors, we have 61 majors, 70 minors, and 36 certificate programs. I've listed a couple of our popular majors here, as well as our options for pre-professional programs. So a fun fact about UMBC, we're actually the #1 top producer of African-American students who have gone on to pursue their MD PhDs. That's medical doctors. And we have some really wonderful scholars programs to offer additional funding and support for students who are interested in STEM fields, visual and performing arts, humanities, cybersecurity, you name it. We also are a Division I school. We have 17 different sports to choose from. I have them listed here. If you are interested in intellectual sports, we also have a really outstanding chess team. We've beaten Harvard over 6 times. And we also have a really outstanding mock trial team too. They actually were national champions this past year, and they are actually going to defend their spot for this year. So we're wishing them luck. We do also have a number of clubs and organizations, 270 and counting. Chances are that number has probably gone up since we took that initial count at the start of the semester. So if there's something that you kind of want to find your home away from home, this is a good place to start. So where is UMBC located? So UMBC is located in Baltimore County, which is about 15 minutes from downtown Baltimore, about 45 minutes from DC, depending on traffic, of course. And we have some really fantastic public transportation options. We have transit systems. We're about 5 minutes from the light rail. So it's really easy to get around and just take full advantage of all the really awesome things that the Baltimore DC area has to offer. You see a lot of those green spaces. That's actually part of Patapsco State Park, which is a really, wonderful place if you're an avid outdoor enthusiast. But if you see the campus itself, it's actually one giant circle. So if you were to cut the campus in half, all of the residential areas are on one side and all of the academic areas are on the other. Just a couple buildings that I wanted to highlight for you. Albino Kuhn Library and Gallery, that is where the admissions and financial aid office is. So if you come to visit campus, that's where you will check in. We'd love to see you. We also have the Interdisciplinary Life Sciences building, which is just a true testament to UMBC's commitment to undergraduate research and interdisciplinary studies. It's also our newest building too. But if there's questions that you ask that there doesn't seem to be an answer to, we encourage students to research it. All of our faculty members are currently contracted to do research, and students can get started as early as their freshman year and can even receive a grant up to $1,500 to help fully actualize that. So how do you learn more about becoming a future retriever? We offer a number of virtual sessions, whether it's a virtual tour, Black and Gold. If you're interested in visual and performing arts, I actually lead an info session on that. But we are also doing regular campus tours, and we actually have a Just for Juniors and Sophomores too open house this upcoming Saturday. So if you're available to make it, we'd love to have you. But all of that and more can be found right there in that link below. And here's a little information on how to apply to UMBC. So we are a Common App exclusive school. We are looking for an official high school transcript. If you are taking the SAT, our average SAT is 1270 and our ACT is 27. We haven't made a formal announcement for whether we will be test optional for fall 2023. So if we should be making that announcement very soon in the next couple of weeks. So, check in with me if you have any questions about that. We do also look for up to 2 letters of recommendation. They can really come from anyone except your parents. And then there is an application fee. We would not want this to pose any barrier to any student that would hope to study here. So we offer a number of application fee waivers. And then we do have the early action deadline, which is November 1st. It's a non-binding deadline. You get all the maximum consideration of scholarships. And then there's the regular decision deadline, which you do also get considered for scholarships as well, but just not the full offering. So are there scholarships and financial aid opportunities? Absolutely. You can go visit our financial aid website for any assistance. And the other things that you can apply for there. And that concludes my presentation. So this is a link to our digital inquiry card if you want to learn more, as well as my email address. But thank you all so much. Hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you so much, UMBC. Next, we're going to have Thomas Jefferson University.
guys. Nice to be here with you. My name is Megan. I'm Associate Director of Admissions here at Jefferson. Not sure how familiar you guys are right off the bat, so I will just say this presentation is about the East Falls campus specifically. So students who are applying into Jefferson from high school are applying into the East Falls campus. We do have a couple of different campuses, so just remember that. So the East Falls campus is within the city of Philadelphia, but it is about a 15-minute drive outside of Center City. So you're not in an urban campus. It is definitely very suburban, very green. We have a little over 100 acres out there, and we are really close to the city. Like I said, 15 minutes. So students will take the bus, take Ubers, take their car into the city for fun, for internships, things like that. So we have a very great relationship with the city of Philadelphia. We have only about 2,800 students who go to school on this campus. So your class sizes are around 12 or 13 people. When you're talking about classes directly related to your major, it just gets smaller. So we do really want you to spend a lot of time with your professors one-on-one so they get to know who you are. These are all of our different undergrad programs. I'm not going to go through all of these. I do just want to give you kind of an idea of what we offer. So on the left, you're going to see all of our architecture, our business and design programs. Middle right are more of our health related and science related programs, with the exception of liberal arts, which is on the top right. So we do kind of offer a lot of everything. A couple that I do want to point out though, our architecture program is 5 years long. We do have a couple of other programs that have little equations after them. So it's a 3+2 or a 3+3. If you see something there that looks like that, that's an accelerated dual degree. So if you're admitted into that program as a first-year student out of high school, then you do have a seat in the grad program attached to it as well, and you never need to worry about reapplying. There are a couple of programs that will require extra application materials. Those programs are the accelerated programs, the ones you would expect: occupational therapy, physical therapy, physician assistant studies, things like that, just to give you an idea that there's a little bit of an extra step for those programs. We do have a 97% success rate. So what that means is that within 6 months of graduation, you are either gainfully employed or enrolled in the graduate program of your choice. Several of the colleges within our university are also at 100% employment rate. So we're really, really proud of that. And like I said, we do have very close access to the city, but we also have our own environment out in East Falls. So if you want to be very close to the city, but not in the city all the time, then definitely take a look at us. So we have a farmer's market, we have shops, we have restaurants close by to East Falls that you can walk to. But again, you hop on the bus, you're on the bus for 15 or 20 minutes and you're in the city, or you're in King of Prussia. So you really do get to build your own experience and spend as much time wherever you'd like to be. We do have over 160 different clubs for you guys to get involved with. These are just a couple of examples of things you're going to find with us. Industry associations, some social groups with a little bit of Greek life as well. We do have 2 fraternities and 2 sororities on campus. Community service is very big, very popular, as well as fitness. We do also have study abroad options and an honors program, all of which are great things to explore if you're interested in Jefferson. We are a D2 school, so we do give athletic scholarships for all of these sports on the screen. We do have an admissions representative who works with athletes only. So if you're interested and you want to get to know the coach, you want us to help build that relationship for you, just let us know and we'd be happy to help you get on the right track for recruiting for next year. And to give you an idea of how financial aid works, we give merit scholarships and need-based aid. So your merit scholarship is given to you when you are first admitted into the university. That money is good for each year that you're an undergrad student with us, anywhere up to $23,000 per year. And we also offer, again, need-based aid on top of that. As long as you file your FAFSA, you're eligible for other grants, for student loans, for work study, things like that. And we are a private school, so it doesn't really matter if you're in state, out of state, and the cost of attendance is there just for your reference. And just so you know, cost of attendance is everything except textbooks. So it's tuition, it's room and board, student fees, the whole shebang, except for textbooks. And we do also have an open house coming up on the 30th. It's not this Saturday, but it's next Saturday. We are on campus for that. We're very excited if you want to come and meet your professors, take a tour, and also talk to current students. It's a great time. We also will have on-campus tours. We're having them now. We'll have them throughout the summer. And we have virtual info sessions as well, just depending on how far away you are and whether or not you can make the trip to see us. And just a couple of details to leave you guys with. That is the enroll@jefferson.edu email address is our admissions email. So if you have any questions, please feel free to send them there. A couple of notes for you guys. We are test optional moving forward, and we are on the Common App, but we also have our own Jefferson application. So we have no preference. You can submit whichever one you guys would like. Our early action deadline is November 1st. That's non-binding. Regular decision is March 1st. And only one of our programs has a completely separate deadline from the other ones. And that's the 3+2 accelerated PA program. That deadline is December 1st this year. And if you scan this QR code, you can go to our admissions website. But thanks so much for being here, guys. It's good to talk to you.
Thank you so much, Jefferson University. If I could have all our college reps back on screen again, and so we can end this event with some wisdom and hopefully great knowledge to share with our attendees. And if y'all just give everybody a piece of advice of something that you would want them to do in the college admissions process, that would be great. And we'll start in order that we presented. So York College, you're up first.
Thank you. So my advice for any student who is starting their college search process is to go visit your schools and to visit them if you can more than once, visit them twice, 3 times. Anybody can make a good impression one time, but you're thinking about your home for the next 4 years. So go visit that school and visit often. Maybe you show up and you're walking around campus and you fall in love. That's what happened to me when I enrolled at York College. Or maybe you walk around and there's too many trees for you. So that's okay too, at least now you know. So definitely go visit your schools.
For me, I would definitely say utilize those data searches. Naviance has a great way to connect students to matchmake schools based on your interests. It could be anything from a large school to a small school to academic programs. So any of these college search tools to help you kind of narrow down what college you might be interested in, and you can connect with the school straight from some of these college search engines. So this would be a great way to start the search and then narrow down your search as well.
Hello, everyone. I would recommend on our side, maybe really just take a little bit more of a serious review of doing study abroad. So a big part of the college experience is getting to take advantage of being able to do things you hadn't thought of, or when you actually graduate, no one ever says, I regret doing study abroad. So to really take advantage of that. And in the admissions process, I think it's really smart just to ask what the study abroad options are and try to find out if it's incorporated within the program. There are some programs that are sort of third party, and you do hear these stories where students delays their time to degree or their credits didn't transfer. So you just want to have a little bit more detail, but really take advantage of doing that and enjoy. College is just the best time in your life. Wish I could do it all over.
I would say I meet a lot of students, seniors at this point in the year, that haven't really done any research or looked into outside scholarships and different things that they can get. I mean, there really is some low-hanging fruit out there. We have scholarships locally that don't get given out each year because nobody applies for it. So keep looking. I mean, if you're a junior, now's a good time to start applying for outside scholarships. I've seen some that allow you to start applying as early as 14 or 15 years old. And if you get it, they save it when you're ready to start college. Obviously, senior year is a great time when a lot of the scholarships available online or at different organizations or nonprofits are going to be geared towards you in your senior year of high school. But also, there's a lot of them out there that are for continuing college students. So never stop looking, never stop working for those. There's a lot that are local. There's some that are statewide and there's some that are national. And the more local you can stay, the better chance you have because the applicant pools are going to be smaller.
All right. And my piece of advice, very similar to what York College recommended, visit schools as much as you can. But I would also add that while you are visiting campus, if you're able to set up a tour with a tour guide, ask them their advice, see what their experience was and, get kind of the inside scoop. So you'll get the student's perspective. So Yeah, they're just wonderful resources on this campus too.
And for me, I think I would say study what you would like to study. I talk to a lot of students who are getting outside pressure, you know, from mom, from dad, aunts and uncles, etc., on becoming a doctor and, you know, like following those traditional paths. Really do what it is that calls to you, because ultimately you're paying money to go to school and you're spending that time to learn these things, and you want to be doing that for the rest of your life. So pick your major based on what you enjoy and what you want to do. Stay true to yourself. You can still explore the programs that your family wants you to explore as well. But ultimately, what you decide to study should be what you enjoy.
All right, thank you all for that great information. That was some wonderful advice that you shared with everyone. And thank you all for attending this session. Remember, when you leave this session, there'll be a quick survey that you'll fill out for us to give us feedback to help this become an even a better event next year. And also, don't forget to sign up for other sessions that I'll be going on this week as well. So thank you all for coming this evening. Have a great evening and happy college search process for you all as well. All right, reps, thank you so much for coming. Have a good night.
Thank you. Have a good night.